What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, if you're looking for the more traditional video that I do, that's not only an Easter egg breakdown, but a recap and an explainer, I talk about what's going on with the characters, how it relates to the future of the MCU, and past references to the Infinity Saga, then that was last night's Easter egg breakdown. I'll make sure to link that video at the end of this one as well. Today's video is strictly the deep dive Easter egg video where I spent 15 hours going frame by frame several times to be able to find all the references hidden in the background. We will not be narrating or annotating the trailer, just referencing and breaking down all of the Easter eggs rapid fire style. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're still giving away a couple of PlayStation 5s as well as Disney Plus subscriptions every week and some tickets to go see Shang-Chi in a couple of weeks. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So the very first Easter egg, and an extremely fitting one for this trailer and film, is tucked up behind Peter and MJ in graffiti while they're on the roof. You can clearly see the name there, Ditko. That's a reference to Steve Ditko, the co-creator for both Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. While he was the first artist to ink Spider-Man, some still regard him as the best, although there have been many talents over the years. He also penned the looks for a lot of Marvel heroes and adjacent Spider-Man characters that we've all come to know and love. When they swing by this shot of Peter half mask, half off, this is something they used to do in the comics quite often, especially the older ones, when they wanted to show the expression on Peter Parker's face underneath the mask. They got better and better at giving the mask expression over the years, but this was still something that they did in the comics, and it was awesome to see here. Now, going out of order just a little bit, but they did show the scene as a clip at the beginning of the trailer, and then later in the trailer when Doctor Strange appears to be creating multiple cars in a sort of mirror dimension effect. You can see here this is clearly the train, or looks exactly like the train, and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man stops. Some people think that they found this Easter egg in Loki, but this is a very obvious reference to that, and not the only reference to the Spider-Man film's original Sam Raimi trilogy that we see throughout this trailer. Now, in a blink and you would have missed it Easter egg, as it was only on for a couple of frames. The fact that this is taking place at West 33rd Street is a location right by where Spider-Man's identity was revealed at the end of Far From Home, which probably makes this picking up where that left off and the intro or beginning of the film. Notice all the portraits drawn hanging above MJ's bed. Yeah, she's been doing that in other films. This is some amazing character continuity. Peter lets them handcuff him into the desk, although he could very easily break right out of those handcuffs. Peter is wearing an absolutely hilarious shirt that says, "Only the physics is theoretical, the fun is real." Funny on one level, because theoretical physics is not fun. It is some of the hardest concepts and some of the hardest math on the planet, but that's because it's used to describe and understand multi-dimensions, so you can see the meta commentary on what's going on with this film and the multiverse. Also, quick side note, theoretical physics has been used in the MCU before. In fact, they borrowed the name Tesseract. That's what theoretical physicists use to describe a fourth dimensional cube. Some people have pointed out the extremely close resemblance of who we can see there in frame to the right and what Matt Murdock normally looks like in where's they've sort of lined up pictures. People are claiming this is Matt Murdock, and he has been rumored to be in the film right around when he would need a lawyer. This seems like perfect timing, but there's no way of confirming that until we see for ourselves. Now, I definitely didn't catch this the first couple of times, but the person with blonde hair behind MJ in this frame is actually Flash Thompson, and it's pretty awesome to see him on Team Spidey. Also, the yellow hair is a reference to the hair color he had in the comics. Now, Spider-Man gets mobbed in a couple of places throughout this trailer. This is the side effect of his brand new fame. We can clearly see Betty Brant there on the right on the TV screen. Another Easter egg we see while he's getting mobbed is the devil in disguise. Could be a reference to Daredevil, also a reference to Mephisto, who may in fact be the villain from one big storyline that may play into this, the One More Day that finishes with One Moment in Time. We talked a little bit about that in the other video. We'll do several more videos on that in the upcoming weeks. So we obviously see that the Sanctum is full of snow. The reason for that is because presumably the hole that Bruce Banner left when he fell through the roof as the Hulk is still there, allowing all the snow and frost to come into the Sanctum, marking not only winter, but the fact that they haven't fixed the roof yet. Now, before admonishing Doctor Strange, we see Wong packing his bags and leaving through a portal. Some people have suspected that this is him leaving for the tournament for Shang-Chi that we've seen him in the trailer. Kevin Feige has also confirmed he's in the film. I can't tell by looking at that portal exactly if that's where he's headed. We also don't know if they exactly line up, but it is a pretty good theory. Now, two things about this scene. First of all, there are some very famous pictures of Mephisto standing in front of a hearth that look almost exactly like this, so take that how you will, but more specifically, there is a fox on his mug. This may be a reference to Fox, which Disney bought and turned into 20th Century Studios, which of course is a huge deal because it gave them access to a ton of Marvel characters they didn't previously have, like the X-Men and Fantastic Four. Now, a lot of people have pointed out that Doctor Strange is wearing an Agamotto and think that this is a little bit of a conflict for what happened during the Infinity Saga, that Thanos would have destroyed that, and or for sure there's no time stone in there. However, we've already seen the official synopsis for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness more than once, where it says point blank that Strange continues his research on the time stone. It's possible with access to the multiverse, and as we saw in Loki with that entire drawer full of stones, maybe he has gotten his hands on another time stone. Now, when the multiverse seemingly breaks, and I mentioned this in my other video, there are three distinct frames in which we can see, and I kind of want to point them all out. The first of which is what sort of looks like a multiverse traveling, maybe something akin to what Doctor Strange went on when the Ancient One sent him on his first trip. The next looks like a ton of timelines as they were portrayed during the end of Loki, this time except different color, all coming together and weaving together again, similar to how we saw the timelines portrayed several times in Loki. The final one looks very similar to the CGI we've seen for the Bifrost that Asgardians used to travel the 9 realms. So really weaving all of these together to create this idea of a multiverse and Easter eggs for a ton of things we've already seen in the MCU. Now let's move on to 2 Easter eggs in one scene, one of which tying directly to Tobey Maguire. So first off, in this you may have noticed the top of the taxi cab says 1228, that's 12/28, that's Stan Lee's birthday. Rest in peace, Stan Lee. No more cameos, unfortunately, in the MCU, but the references to his birthday continue to show up. You remember they did that as well with WandaVision's license plate, and I suspect that's going to continue to happen throughout Phase 4 and the future of the MCU. The other is, well, what Peter is wearing. And in this moment, when he's meeting Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, a villain straight from Tobey Maguire's Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, and then you see what Peter is wearing, the similarity is undeniable. The blue shirt, the gray wool jacket, even the light stripe on the tie, it is an exact one-to-one. I saw a ton of these comparison pictures last night on Instagram. Tobey Maguire kicking it on the rooftop with MJ old school style, wearing this same suit and tie, and it looks an awful lot like what Peter Parker is wearing in this moment. Variants confirmed, ? But man, there were so many references to the villains as well. I broke them down in my other video, so if you're looking for that, I know there's one frame in particular people are saying is the Lizard. I dumped that into Photoshop. I tried to mess with the contrast and highlighting as best I could. I'm sure someone is going to be able to get that out where we can make them out, but I think they specifically left that ambiguous in the first trailer. But as people have counted, we have 5 villains showing up in this trailer. If Lizard's confirmed, we also have Sandman, Electro, Greengoblin, and Doc Ock. And if they're doing a Sinister Six movie, which, hey, you got 5 villains, where's the 6th? You still need one more villain. Could that villain actually be the return of Mysterio, since his imagery and name have featured so prominently already in what we've seen in the behind the scenes screenshots and some of the merch that's leaked out? But that could be just as a narrative device and a hangover from what happened in Far From Home, creating the events in this film. Guys, let me know all your thoughts and feedback. Of course, we've only had about 24 hours or less to start discerning this trailer, which means there's going to be a ton more Easter eggs coming out, things people notice. If I missed something, which is inevitable, make sure to leave it down in the comments. And of course, we'll be breaking down this trailer with theories for weeks to come. So anything you think of, I am all ears. Make sure to leave it in the comments as always. And quick reminder, we're still doing the live watch along party for the 3rd episode of What If tonight. It's the last episode I actually saw on the pre-screener. I saw the first 3 episodes. It's an absolute doozy. So if you're going to stay up to watch that live, we actually watch it here on the YouTube channel. Come by, say hello. Let's have some awesome after discussion. That show is about to get completely hyped. Let me know all your thoughts and reaction to Spider-Man, and quickly let's get into the giveaway stuff again before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 5s, one at 900,000 subscribers, the other with the conclusion of What If. We're giving away weekly Disney Plus subscriptions while the shows are live, and we're also giving away tickets to go see Shang-Chi in a couple of weeks when it comes out. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit that subscribe button. Then, because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning, so make sure to leave a comment on this video. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with notifications turned on, and as always, I would sincerely appreciate it. only if you liked today's video, to consider hitting that like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Twitter and Instagram at IamFires. You can also find me on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name All Fires. Thanks so much for checking out the channel, guys. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.